to all my Canadian friends. Let me start off right off the bat that you're amazing. Your coconut beer is great. You guys have some great places to go visit. Toronto, shout out to Goodfellas restaurant with the incredible burrata cheese and balsamic glaze and the pizza that you guys have. To Banff, whether you go to Lake Louise or if you go to, what's the Chateau Fairmont Hotel, you know, where you're going into the city and you see big animals, like as if it's nothing, just walking by. Sometimes you go to a city, you see a little cat, boom, see a big-ass moose in Canada. Having said that, your politics is crazy. Crazy. I saw this video, I'm like, this has to be AI. You guys know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm like, so we had to, back in the days, it was gays and lesbians.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this thing became like the LGBTQ, and then it became this LGBTQIA, whatever.
Plus.
And then Canada has taken it to, she said it so fast as if it's a vocabulary, like you need to know what this is. So I want you.
But by the way, look at how happy she is with herself that she said it without stumbling. She's like, she passed the test.
She's so proud of herself.
You don't see it? You don't see it?
So this, she says the MMIWG2SLGBT QQIA plus is a Canadian acronym representing missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirit. What is two-spirit? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and asexual people used in official Canadian reports. And 15, it highlights the disproportionate violence against Indigenous, especially the 2SLGBTQIA plus people. I mean, who the hell is supposed to remember this?
So, Pat,
let her say this. I'm going to come to you. Let her say it.
Leah Gazan is her name.
Okay, go ahead.
When the budget was released, I was shocked to find out that Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent.
One more time.
This is callous.
I just want to hear that part. Go ahead.
They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQIA+.
She wasn't even reading.
This is abhorrent. This is callous. This is callous because the very Liberal government that has stripped organizations of life-sustaining funding has now promised, committed.
Right there. Genocide.
Wow.
Genocide.
But Patrick, you know the story? They did a report that concluded that there's genocide against Indigenous Canadians, or Indigenous is the Canadian word for Native Canadians, so right? Indian Canadians. The genocide consists of there's statistically high rates of murder, sexual abuse of Indigenous women, particularly on reservations by Indigenous men. This is the issue. I don't know what percentage, if it's 70, 80%. The vast majority of crime against Indigenous women, murder, rape, sexual abuse, all the stuff, is done by Indigenous men. The way they conclude that it's genocide perpetrated by white European, founders of the country is that they've created living conditions that are so bad for the Indigenous who insist on living on reservations themselves that they're prone to violence, and therefore it's the white European Canadians' fault for Indigenous men disproportionately committing violence against Indigenous women. That's how they get to genocide.
That's correct. You can't follow the logic. You cannot follow the logic at all. Because the Indigenous people in Canada, there's a lot of proud, wonderful people and everything. They want their own county. They want their own states. They want their own place. They want to be together with their own people. And there's nothing wrong with that. People that want to live with their own people. When people assimilated in New York, all the Italians lived in one area of New York, all the Irish lived in one area of Boston. That's not a bad thing. But now you turn around and blame people and says, well, you created our borders. No, we didn't. Come on.
I mean, with all due respect, Canada is just proving how unserious they are as a nation. Daniel Negreanu, I know you guys know, the poker player, he tweeted, and I had to respond, and Rob, I'm going to go to you. He goes, I'm really not trying to be mean or rude here, but how did we get here? And I posted this. I go, this is exactly how you got here. Justin Trudeau was out in these streets celebrating and pushing this thing where, with all the stuff that's happening in the world, and I'm being dead serious, besides the war and the homelessness and all the problems that they have, this is what's on your front. That's what's on your radar. That's what you're worrying about. And this lady, by the way, Pat, she's a Canadian member of Parliament for the New Democratic Party. This isn't like just some rinky-dink chick that they found off the street and did it. This is the ideology. This is Canada. It's embedded in their DNA.
It's institutionalized insanity. Like, you have Justin Trudeau, going to these pride parades. You have CBC, which is the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but it was CBC Drag Hour. And they had two kids come on. This was a CBC News curated piece where they had a drag queen bringing on a child, and the child's like, yeah, I feel a little uncomfortable. And it's like, don't worry, you'll get used to it. Have you ever met a drag queen before? Because the person was French. I mean, it's institutionalized, and it's to the point where now, you know, the insanity is rewarded in Canada, and the sanity is demonized. And people who say, this is not just about gender identity.
This thing right here?
That one's, play this one. This one's insane. This one's older. You can tell by the face mask. This was sort of COVID era.
We will not let fear win. A world without trans people has never existed. A world without drag has never existed, and it never will.
Work it, girl.
Have always been here amongst us.
Stop it right there, Adam.
Unless she's the 2SLGBTQIQ plus.
Yeah, that was before they added the Q and the MMIW.
Can we just?
They don't have hats. It doesn't fit. They only have T-shirts.
Well, can we just address the fact that she's saying that there's a genocide happening where people are murdering and killing trans people, LGBT? It's false from beginning to end. You know who's doing mass shootings? And it's the LGBTQ community that are on all these hormone adjusting, whatever the hell you call it. They're the one. The majority of the past mass shooters in this country are people in that community. And she has the audacity to come out and say that they're the ones being targeted.
But also the violence in that community is, you know, call it trans on trans. It is, generally speaking, the victims of trans violence are people who live in that community.
Of course.
It's not straight white dudes that are going in there looking to assault trans people.
No, it's unbelievable, bro.
Rob, what kind of a poll did you just run? Rob ran a poll. It says, how do you identify? Heterosexual, homosexual, non-binary, they, them, he, she, or MMIWGS2. And by the way, 11% of our audience says they're with MMI.
Yeah, it's a troll. They're trolling.
It's going to be the protest. It's just a
by the way,
protest
that
vote.
tells you how funny the audience is. You guys are funny. Adam, go ahead.
Yeah, as a local MMI, GWDB, LGBT, let me just speak for a second. And by the way, the fact that she casually dropped, I've never even heard this term before, MMIWGT, LGBTQIA. When you casually say something that's so completely out of the ordinary, like I remember a couple days ago, Pat's like, yeah, so Trump called me the other day. We're like, what? Just casually dropped it.
Yeah.
So that's where it perplexes people. I remember my buddy, the basketball player, Kelly Olynyk, he's like, oh, what's for lunch today? By the way, I just signed a $60 million deal. I go, what? You're focused on lunch?
Yeah.
You just signed an NBA contract, $60 million. You're focused on sushi? It throws you off. And that's what happened here. It's like, I don't even see this coming. The fact that she, what do you say, casually dropped it as if, no big deal.
MMIW, murdered missing Indigenous women, the 2S, the two-spirit. What's amazing, though, is... now I just totally forgot the
it's
thought.
Okay,
it's going to come in a second.
Pat brought up the point. I remember when it just used to be, hey, let's treat gay people with respect. Okay, cool. Hey, gay people can get married. Lesbians. And then this T thing showed up. And then when the T opened the door, all the other letters in the alphabet are like, we're with you right now. But here's the fundamental point. Because I know people in Canada and they all want to get the hell out of there. My sister's married, it's Canadian. He's grateful to live in Florida. The bigger story here is there's people out there that genuinely hate with a passion the white Christian male patriarchy. That's what this comes down to. Is they're trying to basically tear down the patriarchy and they're basically trying to institute whatever this is. So it's incumbent on normal, sensible, the 90% of our audience that doesn't identify as MMIGP to basically say, here's what's going on.
Here's a challenge.
It's a man's world. Nothing without a woman.
Here's a challenge with Canadians. The challenge with Canadians is they're too nice to liberals. They're way too nice to liberals. They're way too tolerant to liberals. They're way too, you know, like when Pierre Poilievre wasn't going, I'm like, you did not go on the Joe Rogan podcast while you needed to go. You didn't go on Nelk Boys. You didn't go on Theo. You didn't go on any of these podcasts when you needed, and then you did. You're a coward when you didn't go. Now, I give him credit that he went on it. By the way, just so we've not invited him since the first time we invited him 2 years ago. I don't have any interest for Pierre coming back down here and sitting down and talking. I wanted him to have courage when you needed to have courage. Hang on, let me finish my point. So, and Viva, I'll come to you when I want you to jump in. Just hang tight. I want to make my point here. I think Canadians need to elevate the conservatives that are being willing to be more vocal and make noise, okay? You can't just sit around and be afraid of your mainstream media and say, but you don't understand what Canada's like. But you don't understand what Canada's like. I love it when I first came, we opened up an office in Florida, and I came to the office and everybody was late, and everybody would say to me, but Pat, people are on Miami time. You don't understand what people are like. People in Miami don't show up on time like people in LA. I said, it's bullshit. You made yourself believe that I'm supposed to accept your standards. I'm not going to accept your standards. It's not your standards. I said, you think the people that are winning, like we had a meeting yesterday when, you know what Taylor said? You know what Taylor said that was so powerful? Taylor yesterday in a meeting that everybody's training, everybody's having their own opportunities. The guys that are doing very well. Our consulting firm had an explosive Q1, the biggest growth we've ever had in the history of the company in any quarter. It was the biggest quarter in the history of the company times 2. Amazing. Insane on what happened on Q1. But she said, she's been working with us for 4.5 years. Look what she said. The most intimidating thing Taylor said yesterday was the following. She says, do you know for the last 4.5 years, I've never come to the office once after 8 o'clock. I've never once come to the office after 8 o'clock. What does that mean? She's always here at 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30, 7:20, 7:45. Do you know how intimidating that is when you say something like that to people that are even more educated than you, more talented than you, smarter than you? You've never been here after 8? Never. I'm always before 8. Go ahead and compete. How are you going to compete? So it doesn't matter what, she came here from Michigan. It doesn't matter where you go. So when people tell me, but it's a Canadian thing, you don't understand, stop accepting that as the truth that they want to convince you to do. You have to fight back with that, or else you're going to get stuff like this that your kids are going to be fed every day. And you're going to have to say, my kid went to school and on the quiz, my son came home and he had to learn what the MMIW, whatever stuff is. No, we're not doing that. So I think that's the challenge that Canadians are facing. Viva.
The problem is, in what you're describing, is even the conservative Canadians put up with this crap. Like, they don't have greater expectations.
That's the problem, though, Viva.
And the Canadian conservatives vote unanimously for the conversion therapy ban that basically...
Then they deserve everything they're getting.
That's the issue. And then
they
Pierre...
deserve everything they're getting.
Pierre comes on, does Joe Rogan, not during the election, after he's lost it, but, so far out of the next election, nobody's going to remember a damn thing. It's institutionalized insanity. It's institutionalized cowardice. And people tend to say, like, Canadians are polite. They're subservient. They don't mind being subservient to a greater authority, that being the government. And they get very angry at people who are not subservient to that government.
Who is the person with the biggest backbone that doesn't care? Who is the biggest conservative in Canada with the biggest backbone that'll go after everybody? Who is that? I want to know who that person is. Is it Maxime Bernier?
Well, without going to the obvious Maxime Bernier, there's a guy named Roman Baber in the Conservative Party who was very vocal.
Can you pull up his name, Rob?
Roman Baber, yep. And then there's another one, the doctor. I'm going to forget his name right now. I'll have to check my...
Is he a heavyweight? Is Roman a heavyweight?
No, he's a new... I think he's a new... inductee into the Conservative Party.
Can you go into Roman Baber, Rob, copy paste, put him in YouTube, and then go to filters and check popularity to see what's the most views he's ever gotten on YouTube? Let's just kind of check, go filter, go to popularity. Let's see how many views he's got. Yeah, he's got work to do. He's got work to do. 196 is not enough. 150 is not enough. 61 is not enough. He's got work to do. He needs to have a consulting firm, a camp that teaches him how to give messages that go viral to get a little bit more vocal, because that's not going to cut it. You need somebody that knows how to make some noise in a way where the world starts paying attention to your country and the issues that are happening. So maybe he needs, I don't know how well he speaks. You need to be able to deliver your message in a way that's disrupting some of the audience.
Let me tell you why I agree with
Danielle
you so
Smith, Premier of Alberta.
Danielle Smith, she's up there already. And the other one was Matt Strauss, who you might want to also pull up right now.
Do the same exact thing with Matt Strauss, Rob. Go on YouTube, check him out the same exact way.
You'll come with similar results, but this is the problem in Canada. This is a man also who was quite outspoken during COVID. A good man, decent conservative, but politics is what it is. Everyone has to defer to the cowardice of Pierre Poilievre.
Okay, no, he's not there either. We got work to do. But listen, all these guys that they're doing what they're doing, somebody needs to rise up. Your country is in a perfect position for somebody to be the hero.
Mm-hmm. You know what book everyone in Canada needs to read, and especially in the Conservatives? It's a book you always recommend. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy. I'll tell you something. When people try to say, oh, this is my friend Adam, he's nice, I go, I'm not nice. Straight up. I'm kind. I'm not nice, though. And I go over that all the time. We've talked about this before, Vinny. Nice is different from kind. Nice, you see, we talked about Minnesota. My mom's from Minnesota. I say, oh, it's a Minnesota nice. Everyone's so nice. Look at Minnesota now. It's because they didn't have kindness. They had niceness. What's the difference? Because it sounds the same, right? So nice pleases you short term, temporary. It avoids conflict. Like if your girl goes, hey, do you like my outfit? You go, of course. Does this make my butt look big? No, you look great, babe. But if your boy shows up, you've met my buddy
I thought you
Joe.
were going to say, but if your boyfriend asks.
If your boyfriend shows up.
But if your boy shows up.
Kind, you say the truth even if it hurts. And guys do this way better than women. My buddy Joe, he'll watch this. One day he shows up in an outfit. We're going to go out and he's like, what's up, man? We're going to go out tonight. I go, you're not wearing that, bro. He goes, what do you mean? I'm going to go, you have a brown shirt and brown pants. You look like a human piece of... He goes, oh, I go upstairs and change, dude. I'm not taking you out in Miami like this. He goes, oh, okay. Put on jeans and white shirt. You look great. Now, if I was nice, I'd be walking around with a human piece of all night. And we're not getting any fun, no action. But he changed. And all of a sudden, life was good. What's my point? Guys are kind. Guys will say things even if it hurts you.
Well, not Canadian guys.
That's my point.
Guys.
That's why they need to read this
guys.
book. Stop being so nice, Canadians.
Yeah, let's go to the
Be
next story.
kind, not nice. Tell the truth, even if it hurts.
Here's the good news to give all of you guys. Do you remember when I said to you about a month and a half ago, we have thousands and thousands of orders that we got to catch up to? Do you remember that? With the shoes, with the hats, with the shirts, with the sweaters, with the wallets, with everything that we have. 100% of all the orders have officially been caught up. When I tell you thousands of orders, I mean thousands of orders, but that means tens of thousands of items that were being shipped out that officially are in the hands of everybody. And so today, after what took place, the first launch that we're doing to say that the store is back open, kind of like Tom Cruise said in Cocktails, the bar is open, right? The store is officially open. And we're launching it. We are launching it with a brand spanking new. You know how the limited, I'm telling you right now, every time I do this, people get pissed off. A limited edition 250-year anniversary, 1 out of 250 hat is being launched. And this is going to go out in no time. It may be the sickest design out of all of them thus far when you see it. A lot of people, this is their favorites. Rob, go ahead and play this clip of the latest Future Looks Bright 250-year anniversary edition.
Celebrate 250 years of bold decisions. The America 250 hat by Valuetainment is built for those who move first. Premium olive green suede panels, structured tail front,
sick,
molded rubber Future Looks Bright emblem, precision embroidery, American flag detail, and it's limited to just 250 pieces. Because progress always begins with risk. And momentum begins when you move. A tribute to the builders who moved before certainty, and the ones still moving forward today. The future looks bright at 250.
There you go. So go to VTmerch.com. Rob, if you want to go to VTmerch.com real quick. And while you're getting the hat, make sure to also get the shirts that go with it, or the sweater go a little bit lower. There's also those with the white and green. You have different choices to go with that on the 250. And for some of you that are watching this after 30 minutes, because this hat's going to sell in 30 minutes. If you do watch it after 30 minutes, this one's not going to last a long time. So if you didn't get this and you're upset, Rob, if you want to go back one, this other one we've sold thousands of, and people love this. This is not numbered. This is there's quite a few of these left of the black and the white. Every time we order these go as well. You can order these, but the green ones, they're absolutely limited to 250. Be sure to place your order and represent the fact that you're proud of the 250 years, as well as Future Looks Bright. And by the way, the numbered ones always end up on eBay. Some of you guys weren't able to get it, but you still want it. An independent salesperson is probably going to be selling it on eBay, where you can go find it. And those sell for a lot more than the price that we have right now for the limited edition. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.